Hey everybody, just want to take a minute here and I kind of enjoyed doing the little video that I did yesterday where I ate the jelly bean and it turned out to be a dead fish flavor. So if you didn't watch that, then go back to my videos from yesterday and check that out. But so I thought that I would start to do a few more of these videos. Maybe, I don't know if I do them daily, a few a week would be great, where maybe I could just do a movie or a TV review for you guys, and then let you know what's going on the network on that particular week. So I watched 2 movies this weekend. I'll talk about one today. I'll save the other one for tomorrow. The first one that I watched was Shazam. Now, this is a movie that we've known about for a while, that it's been coming. And I won't get into the whole thing of Shazam versus Captain Marvel, which one is supposed to be Captain Marvel, which one, blah, 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 blah. You've all heard that. If you haven't heard it, Google Shazam is Captain Marvel, and you'll hear somebody give a whole hour-long spiel about the fact that Shazam should be Captain Marvel or whatever, But Shazam is a superhero that I knew about from when I was a kid. Never really got into the comics, but I did understand the character. I knew that he was a boy that was given a power, and when he said the word Shazam, he turned into a grown man superhero. And that's pretty much all. And I knew that a wizard had given him the power, and the wizard's name was Shazam. So that's pretty much what I knew about it. So when I saw the trailer, I wasn't surprised that they were making it kind of it looked like it was going to be a comedy. And a lot of it was. But the movie got really dark in some places. Anytime that the villain was involved, it got really dark. There were some monsters in this that were pretty scary looking if you were a kid. So I was surprised that they pushed this as a comedy, that it would be kind of family friendly, which a lot of it was family friendly, but there were some parts of this movie that were really dark. So if you have a small kid, you might want to wait and watch this yourself. Wait until it comes out on video on demand or something like that. Watch it yourself and see if your kid can handle it, because not all kids are the same. Some kids get scared by stuff that other kids don't. When I was a kid, I got scared watching Thriller. Like, I hid behind the couch when Thriller was on, and my mom had to make my cousin turn it off because it was scaring me so bad. And other kids, and I was like 6 when that happened. Other kids can watch really scary stuff. I remember walking into the room once, and my daughter was 7 or 8 years old, and she was playing with her toys, and Nightmare on Elm Street was playing on the TV. And I had to click it off. But she had seen some of it, and it didn't scare her at all. She was just like, oh, a monster. Hey, that's a monster. Like, yeah, that's a monster. Let's do something else. But anyway, so my rating on Shazam is that it's really good. I enjoyed this movie thoroughly. It is an origin story, so if you don't really like origin stories, there might be some stuff here that you don't like. But Zachary Levi, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He does a really good job of portraying a grown man who has the mind of a child, So the way I describe this movie is it's kind of like it's the movie Big with Tom Hanks. Mix in some Power Rangers, mix in some Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and mix in a whole lot of Greatest American Hero. That's what I was trying to think of. Greatest American Hero. Mix in a whole lot of that, and you've got Shazam. Now, the bad guy in this movie, I'm not going to spoil who the bad guy is, just because if you watch, I'm sure there's trailers that show who he is and everything, but I thought that the bad guy was going to be Black Adam, and it's not. It's another one of Shazam's big villains. And I can understand why it would not be Black Adam, because Black Adam's origin story is probably even more complex than Shazam's origin story. Shazam's origin story is pretty simple. Wizard gives powers to a kid. He says the word Shazam, he turns into a hero. Says Shazam again, he turns into a kid. That's it. But Black Adam, there's a little bit more to it than that. And so I can understand why they might want to wait until a second movie. Now, DC doesn't have the best track record with movies. I like Justice League as just a popcorn flick, but there wasn't a whole lot of substance to it. Marvel has DC beat hands down as far as superhero movies over the last 10 years or so. Batman v Superman was way more intense and darker than it probably should have been. And I was one that I did like Man of Steel. I just don't like where they've gone since then, trying to blend everything together and stuff not working. And it's almost like they try to retool and reboot stuff as they go without changing characters out. I like Shazam in that this is a superhero movie set in a world where those superheroes are real. So they refer to Batman and they refer to Superman as though they're real people, and they are, you know. So I do recommend Shazam. I liked it. My next video tomorrow or the next day, I'll come back and I'll talk about Us. That's another movie that I watched this weekend. As far as the network, Cosmic Potato, the Super Fan Talk podcast, I released an episode yesterday, and it was a live recording that I did with Joe Crow and Michael Knipp. Michael Knipp from the Deucecast movie show, and Joe Crow is from Dragon Con's American Sci-Fi Classics track. And I did an episode with them last weekend, and I released it yesterday. So go and check that out. We talk about some of the bad movies that we really like. And then you got Trial by Pilot came out back on Tuesday. Go check out that new episode. Captain Game Show came out this week. It was released on Friday, so check that out. All this stuff is on our website at cosmicpotato.com. You can also subscribe everywhere: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Spotify, all that kind of stuff. Wait You've Never Seen came out today, and I think it's the first episode that I remember where they watch a TV show. They're doing Game of Thrones. So Wait You've Never Seen Game of Thrones, where one of them has seen Game of Thrones and the other one hasn't. And they watched the first couple episodes of the show, and then talk about it. And then World War G came out today, so go check out that new episode. And then you've got Review-O-Mania, where they reviewed WrestleMania 16, I believe. So if you're into wrestling, or if you liked wrestling back in the day, then you'll enjoy that show. You know, they talk about every WrestleMania ever, and then they also do some bonus episodes in between. All that stuff is on cosmicpotato.com. I also wanted to remind you guys that you can go to wherever you normally subscribe to the show, to any of the shows, and where you would normally just search for Cosmic Potato. When you search for that, you're going to get the main show, Cosmic Potato, the Super Fan Talk podcast, but you're also going to see a feed called Cosmic Potato Podcast Network. If you subscribe to that feed, then you're going to get the new episode of every show when they come out. So you subscribe to that, and you'll see every podcast that we do listed there, and you subscribe. You can just download the ones that you want to listen to. So if you don't want to have 5 or 6 different podcasts taking up your feed, but you still want to hear everything that we do, you can subscribe to that feed, and every time a new show comes out, I put it on that feed, and you can just subscribe. You can just download it from there. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So that's all I've got for today. This video went longer than I thought it was. I talked for 9 minutes. I was expecting to talk for maybe 2 or 3, but go see Shazam and go see Us. It was a good movie, and I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. All right.